Hi, my name is Brian Bennett. I am the author of Explicit Leadership. I just released it as an audiobook and going to release it in 2015 as an ebook and then as a paper copy. It's a short book that's very practical, written without any fluff at all. It's just very practical, very on the ground, very straightforward about a powerful concept, and that's what this video is about. I want to take a moment to share with you some insight into leadership that I've experienced in my own leadership and am experiencing, and it's an insight that has caused me to change my perspective and caused me to change my actions in the way that I treat others, in the way that I view others around me, and caused me to change my leadership paradigm every single day. And so I want to share this concept with you because I can believe it can be powerful in your own life. And as I think about those people along my journey who have been most influential to me, those people who have left the greatest impact, the greatest impression on my life, it's been the people who have loved me the most, who have believed in me the most, and who have encouraged me the most along the journey. And as you think about those in your life who have been left the greatest impact, made the greatest impression on you, it's probably the same is true for you. It's been those who've loved you the most. It's been those who have believed in you the most. And it's been those who have encouraged you the most as you sought to pursue your dreams and your goals and use your gifts and talents in the world. And as we think about creating that kind of legacy in our own life, all right, as you think about the end of your life and looking back and what kind of legacy that you want to leave behind you, how have you treated people and what has been the outcome, the fruitfulness of your life? And for me, in the name of Jesus, I want to leave a legacy behind me where people's lives, where they're elevated and they're lifted up and their lives aren't the same because of my presence in their life, because of what God's doing in me. And to do that, I realized in my own journey that I had to make a shift in my leadership. Because if you're like me, you feel a ton of pressures in the world around you. You feel beaten down many days. Your cup doesn't start off full. Now, maybe for some of you it does, but the average day when I wake up with all of the pressures and the challenges around me, I don't feel a full cup most of the time when I wake up and get out of bed, the first thing to start the day. And I realized that everyone around me, as I looked around, it doesn't seem like they're living in fifth gear either. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, man, what fuels our life? What fuels that passion? What fuels the cup inside of us, the gas tank? What fuels us so that we can live the most fully alive lives that God created us to live and has rescued us to live in Jesus? And the more I thought about that, and the more I thought about others around me, the more I realized the power of belief in others, the power of encouragement, and the power of love. And the more I thought of my own life, the more I saw it, and as I looked through the scriptures and saw it in scriptures, right, I saw the Apostle Paul model this in Romans 16. At the end of Romans, he goes through and he just starts naming people and encouraging them and celebrating them and affirming them. And a lot of times I just skip over chapters like that because it's a lot of names that are hard to pronounce. But when you slow down and think about it, here this letter's being read in a public setting, and imagine your name being called and affirmed and celebrated and encouraged. And Paul's talking about his affections for others. And when I thought about my own experience in life, and I thought about the experience of others, and I saw that in the scriptures, I thought, man, there's something really powerful to leading with belief in others and leading with encouragement in others and leading with love. Because unfortunately, most of the environments, whether it's our home environment or our work environment or our neighborhood, most relationships, they just tend towards negativity. They tend towards what's wrong with us or wrong with the world, right? It's easy to be negative. But when we start thinking intentionally about our attitude and about our words and the kind of legacy that we're leaving behind us and the kind of legacy we want to leave ahead of us, then I realized personally that I need to make a shift in my leadership because sometimes it wasn't so much that I was gossiping or slandering others. I wasn't really doing that, but I wasn't necessarily using my words fully. There was another level that I could steward the words. Like words are powerful. Language is powerful because it speaks to truer realities within us. And I realized that I could use my words in a greater way to unlock the potential, not only of my own leadership, but of the organization that I was a part of. And not only of an organization, but of the individuals who made up that organization. Not only an organization, but in my own home, in my marriage and as a parent, that I could use my words to bring out the fullness and to build others up and to lift others up around me. Because every single day, wherever we are, we're either lifting others up or we're tearing them down with our words. We're lifting them up or we're tearing them down with our presence. And in our homes, we're lifting up our children or we're tearing them down. We're lifting up our spouse or we're tearing him or her down. In our workplaces, lifting up our coworkers or tearing them down. Lifting up our boss or tearing down. Lifting up the organization or we're tearing it down. If you want to lead to the fullness of who you are, you have to be a leader who lifts others up. The most dangerous thing we can do is tear others down with our words. The second most dangerous thing that we can do is be silent. Assumption is a leadership killer. And one of the greatest killers of being an explicit leader is assuming that others know around us that we love them, that we believe in them, and that they're doing a good job when they are doing a good job, right? That they feel affirmed and valued and celebrated. Assumption is the second greatest killer after using our words just to tear others down. It's assuming. And as you think about it and you look at your home and you look at your workplace, here's a question I want to ask you. Are you assuming that others know how much you love them and care about them and believe in them? Are you assuming it or are you being explicit? Are you stating it? Are you leaving no doubt? Are you writing a note to your teammates? Are you telling them that you believe in them when you're meeting with them one-on-one? Are you celebrating their gifts and their strengths and their talents? Are you celebrating and affirming them when they do a good job? Are you encouraging them when they're in challenging moments? Are you encouraging them when they're succeeding? There's something very powerful about using our words and our presence to lift others up. And that's what explicit leadership is all about. It's about the power of believing in others and encouraging them and affirming them in the name of Jesus and celebrating them, and because we love them. And when we carry that kind of presence with us into the workplace, into our homes, into every relationship and environment that we go, when we carry that in the name of Jesus, something shifts, and it shifts in a radical way. And it's a powerful shift, not just for us, but it's a powerful shift for those who are experiencing it in life. So I want to encourage you to be an explicit leader every single day. I want to encourage you to think about, where do I need to be an explicit leader the most right now? Is it in my home? Is it in my workplace? Is it in a friendship? But I want you to think about every aspect of your life, because explicit leadership bleeds into every single relationship that we have. Be an explicit leader in your home. Be an explicit leader in your neighborhood. Be an explicit leader in your friendships. Be an explicit leader in your workplace. And be an explicit leader wherever you go with whoever you're with. In the name of Jesus, be an explicit leader.